Alrighty, hello, and welcome to today's stream. Gonna be a chill one today, maybe shorter than usual, but yeah, posted the agenda there. We're gonna be doing, I guess, a little bit of daily stuff, little account maintenance, and some Chimera. I want to test out. I want to see what 6-star Crushing Rend Whisper can do as we push up in difficulties, and then we'll end off with some live arena as usual. So. Exciting day ahead here, but partially because we're being forced to, because I do have the advanced quest, unfortunately, to use one Chimera key, and I already did the easier run, so we have to do it in order to not miss out on 130 energy there. So unfortunate, but is the circumstance. So yeah, let's kick things off here. Got to do some classic arena, just run through some of these keys and whatnot, and then we'll jump into Chimera, showcase the team, and get this semi-manual nightmare run going. We'll see how she performs, she being Whisper. I don't know if she... Well, this is like one of my worst rotations because Newt is weak affinity on the alternative forms, and then Wallmaster Atharian is weak affinity on the ultimate form. So they're both kind of suboptimal on their damage, and thus it's actually really hard for me to get to the 1 key in Nightmare difficulty. So I'm looking for alternatives to help me get to that point. We're seeing if Whisper is the answer. But since it's Nightmare, she's also a lot squishier and might be harder to keep alive, so we'll see if that plays into the factor as well here. That said, the newest thing out or coming soon for the game is going to be Faction Wars hard mode. So yeah, let's talk about that. Open to any and all opinions. I did put out a poll on my community tab page. I haven't really looked at the responses yet, but there is I think there's a decent amount of anticipation for new content. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know. I'm biased. I guess that's one thing to put out there. I'm heavily biased. I love PvE content, so I'm always excited for new PvE challenges. But let's actually look at the poll here. 34% are hyped and ready. 37% are hyped but not ready, which still is positive in my opinion. 10% are ready but not hyped, which is a weird place to be, but I put it for completeness. And then 19% are not ready, nor are they hyped. So interesting. But I think, I don't know, at face value, I think majority are happy or anticipating something good. We'll see. I think at least at the start we'll have like the initial curiosity, and then people start complaining once they actually get into it and see how difficult it is potentially. I'm not worried though. I'm not gonna watch, this is just me personally, I'm not gonna watch any of the test server footage on hard mode Faction Wars because I want to see what is up or what it's all about without having it being spoiled per se. I guess spoiled's not really the right word. But I just, personally, I like the idea of not necessarily going in blind, but just not having everything revealed ahead of time. I just kind of want to go in there and see what's possible with everything as is. Also, that being said, it's coming out, I guess, on Tuesday or something. So you're not realistically going to have that much time to prepare, so to speak. But anyways, I'm rambling here. Yeah, point being, I'm excited. New PvE content, new reason potentially to build new champions. I'm not too worried about the trial aspect of it. I think they're going to be fairly reasonable, but I could be wrong. I could definitely eat those words. But yeah, positive neutral, which is my usual stance when it comes to raid, all things raid. So we'll see. We'll see if that is true. But from the little bits that I have seen, it looks like it's going to be 6 keys base for every single stage. And there are 21 stages. So assuming you did it perfectly first go, and there's you know, on average 2 factions every day. Sometimes there's 3, but you know, let's just assume 2 for simplicity. That would mean that you would need, and you have three goes per day because you have 18 keys total. So what, 7 goes? Or 7 rotations of each faction to complete all of it to get the mythical. So it's gonna take a couple of months, even if like even if you were fully ready by happenstance, it's gonna take you a couple of months to get the new mythical, which I think is good. You don't necessarily want it to take a year, right? That's too long. But you also don't want it, you know, people just to get it on day 1 because they're further ahead. So, but yeah, new challenge. I'm excited. In terms of my poll, which I wish I could vote on it because like I'm the creator of the poll, but I guess I don't know why that doesn't work. But I'm ready and I'm hyped, so I can't wait. Like I'm still technically in the like arc of like building champions for the purposes of Curse City, like super niche stuff. Or that's Doom Tower for the Curse City. In this case, I haven't really looked that far ahead, but I know I could get past stage 6 and stage 8 this time. So we're definitely going to go into the back half of Soul Cross, but I haven't really looked too far as far as what I'll need for back there. I'll come back to it eventually, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm still in the arc of building champions for the Curse City. I still have, I think, a handful of champions kind of pegged for that purpose. If I'm going to be honest. I think, yeah, like Nizana, I might put her in stun, see if she's useful somewhere. Guri Giri I'm holding on to because he has an AoE stun here. 60% chance. Bodbor. Like, this is like, if I actually commit to one of the iterations of S19. Actually, it might be this iteration of S19. Like Doom Tower again. Is it this one? It is. Yeah, I'm not convinced that this one is worth my while, this particular iteration, because like I'm just lacking in DPS. Like I don't think, you know, Fane and Morag, I don't really think that's it. But regardless, yeah, Fodbor is an option potentially in the future, and then I think Mausoleum Mage. I forget which stage he might have been useful in, but I kind of earmarked him. Anyone who's like just sitting out here in the random collection here, that's like at least one is +1 or 1 star ascended. They're like earmarked with potentially with gear on, but just for like maybe I'll use them in the Curse City, maybe I won't. Everyone else is like in the vault if they're not actually doing anything. Well, yeah, I think we're good. Today's kind of a dead day. I don't know about you guys, but just happenstance, like I got a decent amount of energy from like normal stuff. So like my ice golem is done already. That's why I was running spider earlier. So I'm making sure that I'm still getting dungeon divers points, but I don't need to do ice golem anymore. And if I had my pick, I still want to run spider because for the life of me, and I may have to just accept it, but this is still my best HP banner in Knight's Rev. So like I would like just like epic, you know, double speed HP roll for Narcisse, but I might have to just accept that this is going to be the best I'm going to get for who knows how long, and just take it to 16 and glyph it and all that stuff. So it should be depressing, but just give him a bit more HP. But I'd like him to be a little bit faster, ideally 260 some speed. But anyways, I think we're good on the daily stuff. Do I have any more arena refills? No. Saving all this energy, or at least the short-term energy, for a champion training event or tournament starts tomorrow. Although I guess we got a sneak preview that the champion training tournament here. I spy a prism crystal here, so it looks like we get one or fragments. Prism fragments, so it looks like there's going to be a summon pool probably starting tomorrow. We don't know what it is yet, at least at the time of now. It's not live, but looks like we'll have an opportunity for a free prism summon of whatever that is, which is great because it's a chance to get something, at least an epic. Never know. But more importantly, it's associated with something that I'm already going to be doing, which is champion training. And for me personally, I usually max these out to the highest. So I think the highest is probably going to be the 6-star mythical chaos ore, which are very hard to come by. So I like going out for them. And I mean, that's just me, but I like to pursue them. But along the way, getting a free prism summon, excuse me, I'm okay with that as well. Imagine Apex, how's it going? Hello. Yeah, let's dive into the Chimera testing here for the day. So we're going to be running this team here. We have my Galathir, we have Aeos written in there, should have Nekmothar based on affinity. We have Lydia, we have Newton, and we're going to be testing out Whisper to see if she can do anything. Do I do account giveaways? I do not. I only have one account. But I have not been contacted by anyone who would want to give away an account, so unfortunately not. I don't even... I feel like technically, like, account sharing is not really account sharing. I don't know if account giveaways are, like, actually within the terms of service of the game. To be honest, I don't think it's like not allowed per se, but that's an interesting question. I'm not sure. Oof. Yeah, see that's my concern, because I run this team on hard, usually hard difficulty. And notably, this team does not have decrease attack because I dropped Nekmothar for Aostrid. But maybe I do have to put Nekmo back in if I'm going to run the Whisper variation so that she actually stays alive. But we'll see. Just see how many times she dies. Obviously, we have a reviver, so it may not be the end of the world if she just dies here and there, but that's the point of the testing. We can compare and see how it does. Create a duplicate team or a mirror team, put Nekmo in there and see if that matters. The other thing we're missing is Leech from Nekmo as well. Because at least with the Leech out there most of the time, like every time Whisper goes, she would heal herself to full basically. So she'd be less likely to be one-shot. Slightly. I think she has the healing mastery, vampire, whatever. So if she's below half health, then she's gonna heal herself a good chunk as well. But yeah, she's in a relentless set with Cruel, if anyone was curious. She's also going to absolutely murder herself on this face, or this form. What trials can we do? I guess if the stars align and Lydia does the debuffing and then brings someone back, we might be able to do that one. And the fear is just whenever she does her A1. Oh, no fear. Oh, there's fear. Oh, she didn't crit. Oof. Yeah, we didn't do all that much there, did we? I guess halfway. This is definitely not going to happen, the fear one. Ooh, we lost Aestrid. That's not good. It's also, I find it hard to gauge, like, well, I guess with other types of clan bosses, it's really easy to extrapolate your damage and say, like, okay, we're 10 turns in, so we multiply by 6 and you'll get there. But, like, with the Rem form being, like, negative damage almost, it's really hard to gauge. It's like, how much damage is this team actually going to do? Especially with, I guess, the multipliers from the trials as well kind of throws things out of whack. So it's really hard to guess how good of a team you have until you get close to the end. But I believe from memory that the goal would be 84 million. I have my doubts that we're going to actually be able to do that. But we'll see. I guess for context, on hard difficulty, Whisper beats Newt in terms of overall damage output by like 20 million. The advantage here, of course, for higher difficulties is that they have more they have more max HP. Therefore, Newt will improve his damage proportionally. So that gap should close, if not entirely flip over. So we'll see which one will reign supreme here at the end. I guess like the downside of, like, I don't really like Newt for this purpose. Like, he's good, but it's just a really long cooldown, the 4 turns. Versus Whisper, basically like every single turn she's gonna put out like at least 200,000 damage every turn. Versus Newt comes in every 4 turns and does 600 times 3. 1.8. I guess less that time because there's no decreased defense, unfortunately. Does Lydia have Master Hexer? I think she does. Uh-oh, popping off. Whisper popping off. There we go. 4 turns in a row. Love to see it. Yo. Oh my goodness. I guess we did get we did get decreased attack from Newt, which is kind of fortunate there. We'll take that. Hey, what's up, Diosis? Just watching Boozer's video on Hard Live, or Hard Faction Wars. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I appreciate you dropping in, but I was saying earlier that I'm purposefully not watching any of that content just because I want to be surprised, I guess, when it goes live. I don't know. It seems a little bit less exciting to like know all of the trial combinations ahead of time from the test server versus just seeing it when it goes live on each given day. I don't know. I don't like pre-acting to things. I like to react to things. If that makes sense. Even though pre-acting is not a word, but I do like to pretend that it is. Double extra turn. Nice. Are we on ultimate form here? Yes. Did I not do? I didn't do any trials here, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so because this is a semi-manual run, I do need to stop or take over at 24/25 turns. Because I want to make sure that Lydia's ready. I want to make sure that we don't have block debuffs. And for this particular team, I do not want Viper form to steal increased attack. Because that will be deadly. So let's do this. Alright, he's on turn 25, so we'll just A1 here. Just A1 here. We're not going to buff up, but we'll take the extra turn, why not? Okay, Whisper going in, we love it. We're not going to buff up here either. Not going to waste that. We're a bit low on health, which is bad. I feel like you might kill people before we cycle through. Yeah. She's dead too. That's annoying. I was gonna say, who's he gonna revive here? She's gonna heal herself a little bit. I'm hoping that... oh, that's unfortunate. He has Blessed Bash, so he can heal himself. There we go. Oh, the Necrosis woke her up. That's funny. Oh, he lapped us. Wait. Ah, crap. Oh, yeah, because Aostric's not boosting our turn meter. We didn't have decreased speed. Okay, alright. This is not going to be a good run. Okay, we need to make sure that we're not, like, nearly dead when we start Viper. That's unfortunate. God damn. Just one shot right out of the gate. The nice thing about Aostrid and Whisper is that, you know, if and when the boss strips off for increased attack, obviously Aostrid can replace it. But also she places the weaken, which Whisper, of course, does not have enough accuracy to do it herself. And so, like, obviously Lydia places decreased defense and weaken, but just having the weaken out there most of the time at least allows Whisper's A2 to ignore 100% defense. But yeah, we might be boxed into having to run at least the Whisper comp with the Necmo, because like I said, the Leech would at least help. Like, especially during this form here, like the Leech would just help the DPS kind of heal themselves a little bit better. The main reason I swapped to Aostrid is because on Brutal, on this same comp, but instead of Whisper, I run Wallmaster Athorion. Her being in the team, the team gets a little bit more damage compared to Necmo being a 1-to-1 swap for some reason. Like, she has 5-star Brimstone, as you can see, but I don't really know what it is. I mean, she's built for damage versus Necmo not being built for damage, but like, she's like crit rate gloves, so it's nothing crazy. But whereas Necmo will do like 4 million damage on that Brutal run, Aostrid will drop like 20. So it's just like, she does better, but it's a riskier team because there's no decreased attack. So Resisted. Resisted? Man. %3 resist. Such an annoying feature. Rip. Would have been nice if he had bash right then, but of course not. We could squeeze it in here, that'd be perfect. Did that count? Oh, it did count, but we didn't do enough. Okay. Maybe he weak hit or something. What's up, potato? 2 times a week manually for 30 minutes? No. I usually just run it full auto. Except when I'm doing Nightmare like we're doing right now, or trying right now, I should say. This is trials. But Nightmare, I take over the 1 to 2 turns before Viper form and just make sure that we don't give Viper form buffs to steal. But other than that, I run it full auto. I don't care that much about Chimera. I care enough, but without Marius, I know my damage potential is kind of limited. And I don't have, like, you know, the 6-star Crushing Rend Ninja or something like that to go with the Mikage comp. So I kind of stay in my lane, so to speak. In this case, we're just seeing, because I now have the 6-star Crushing Rend Whisper, I'm just seeing, 1, can she survive on Nightmare with her being relatively squishy? And if she survives, can she do more damage than Wallmaster Atharion, who used to be in her slot? Is she +4? No, she is +2 at the moment. I've not managed to get 2 more copies. They want you to manual Hydra or Chimera? Or both? Oh, he lived! New. Monk S. Oh, Hydra. Once they fixed, I mean, years ago at this point, once they fixed a couple of things with Hydra, like, I stopped doing it manual. Like, until recently, I used to even do Nightmare, like, semi-manual, meaning that I would just, like, watch the run meticulously, and I would click some of the heads to make sure that Husk would provoke them properly. But now that they fixed the AI where he automatically, like, he prioritizes properly when he goes to provoke, and it's like the highest priority even over like decapitated heads, I basically just let that run. And I just, well, I watch it just in case like shit hits the fan. I'm not quite to the point of auto battling it, but I don't have to like meticulously watch it as much as anyone and click actively. I just kind of passively put it on the other screen while I'm playing other games. You don't really know what every head does, really? I do have a comprehensive Hydra guide, not to shamelessly plug myself. I think I go through what every head does. But I think there are pretty numerous guides out there for talking about each of the Hydra heads. If you wanted to learn. Oh, of course, yeah, of course you could read it in the game. But who wants to read? Wait, we did one. What did I do? Which... Oh! Okay. This one should be possible, too, when we get... Yeah, Aostrud has this, Liddy has that, so we should be able to do that one when we come back around. We can't do this one, though. And then with Necmo, we can't do... without Necmo, we can't do the Leech one. Can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Exactly. Yeah, no pressure. Like, my inner nerd forces me to, like, learn everything I can about whatever stuff comes out into the game, especially, so... I know what every head does off the top of my head, but that's just because I do that type of stuff. Alright, we're pre-Viper here, so let's make sure that we don't screw ourselves over again. So where everyone's full health here. Is Tokyo Machine? No, it's not. Alright, let's do this. Extra turn. A1. 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 Alright, Bash, so he's full HP. Ideally, Whisper gets a turn here and just heals herself a little bit. Oh no, she's at half health. Damn. Okay, if she dies on this one, then we're gonna change to Necmo and just have the Leech out there. So, like, ideally she would be able to heal herself right here. And I'm not using her A2 because I don't want her to give the boss increased attack. Lydia has high resistance, so I'm not worried about her. But I think with her being half health, she's gonna die again. Yeah, damn. It's annoying. Okay. Alright. I don't have... No, I don't have that team built, so we're gonna have to make it. Alright, Necmo. Galathier. Lydia. Actually, wait, I don't even know who's faster between them two. Newt or... Oh, Whisper's faster. Look at that. Our +2 fully empowered or fully awakened Whisper here, and then Nudie Boy. The obvious answer, of course, would be to use Marius, but I don't have him yet. We're close. Marius is like 2 weeks away, give or take, depending on RNG. Hey, what's up, Brian? How's it going, man? I wish that you could, like, copy some of the teams from one slot to another. That'd be really handy. It's going good. Same, man. Same, man. We're chilling. Alright, you just don't metamorph, and we're good to go. Alright, Lydia's 1 and 2 across the board, except for here we don't use this. And then we use this. Whisper, always this, followed by that. There's still a chance, in fairness, that the Viper form just kills Whisper even if she's full health. That's a possibility. I hope that's not the case, but could definitely happen. So this one we don't use. Bash. This one he's allowed to do both. This one he's allowed to do both. This one we don't use this. And you bash. I guess if anyone is curious, might as well highlight her since she's on display here. But we have my Relentless and Cruel Whisper here. 4-piece Relentless, 2-piece Cruel, and 1-piece Merciless. Like, eventually, in 3 to 5 years, I hope to have 9-piece Merciless on her, but that's not practical / attainable at the moment. But I'm hoping, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, 7.4-ish K on the attack, 253 speed, 75 crit rate, 300-ish crit damage. So, pretty stacked. HP is a little bit low, but she's also like my Dark Fae Whisper. So I don't want her too tanky, which is a problem when it comes to this. Because then she's on the squishier side. But we'll see with the difference of Leech for healing and then decrease attack as well to take less damage. Ideally, both combined should make her a lot more survivable, but we'll see. I think if the boss crits, he can still one-shot her. I think he was critting like 50k. But yeah, that's what we wanted. So basically every time she takes a turn, she'll heal herself to full HP. Or every attack, she'll heal herself to full HP with the Leech. I'm still hoping for Elva Autumnborn to replace Galathier, even though like he has the AoE revive. But just the cleanse on a 4-turn cooldown versus a 3-turn, like it makes a big difference on these fights, or in these fights. And then I could run her in a protection set so that it'd be a little bit more auto-friendly for obvious reasons. And then just being able to, again, have the cleanse on a 3-turn cooldown would just be a lot different. Because like part of the reason that I do run, or that I kind of take over before the Viper form, is so that, one, we don't have block debuffs for him to steal and potentially wipe us. The other reason is for block debuff, so he doesn't steal that, and then we can't put poison sensitivity out. I haven't actually looked. I don't think I have enough gear for like a 9-piece protection for Elva. Even if I did, it would probably be like really bad pieces, at least for the accessories. But that's something I can look at. But at the same time, I don't want to like spend an hour phantom building Elva Autumnborn when I don't have her. Spoiler alert for the video that went live a half hour ago. If you haven't seen that yet. How did I not get the guaranteed Elva with that level of hoarding? So way back then, that was when I was still building up to the amount of shards that I have right now. And it was also the big jump from 50, it was like, guaranteeds back then were like 12, and then it went up to 15, and then hers was the first step up to 20. And so as a community, we weren't really happy with that 20 mark. But also, that predates a lot of the stuff that she's more useful in now, so I didn't think I needed her. Because this was, to put it in context, this was like back during, or after the Pythion fusion. So from my perspective, I would like blow up my account in terms of sacreds for a champion who basically did what Pythion did for my account, and I felt like that wasn't necessary. But in, you know, 2 years later hindsight, that was the wrong call, but what can you do? Long answer to a short question. But yeah, it's really easy to look at myself now and be like, why didn't you do it? And it's like, well, it's obvious now, but I didn't have all that knowledge. Chimera didn't exist. Protection set didn't exist. Or no, that did exist because Hydra was out. Never mind. Let me rephrase. The utility of protection sets was not really a thing yet. Everyone was hyper focused on Stone Skin from Hydra, and no one cared about protection. It was practically useless. Like it didn't have a niche in the game. And then you added all the extra buff strippers, the polymorph, the counters to polymorph, pinpoint, and feral, and all that stuff. So like buff stripping became meta again, and then protection set just flew up in value on top of Chimera coming out. But that's all very, very different time in the game. So, but no, to this day, I mark it down as one of my in-game regrets with like 2020 hindsight. I'm sure I could go back and find the video on that one and see what my justification was exactly, but I think that's more the gist of it. Like we didn't like the increase because, you know, again, to put it in context, when you're saving up for guaranteed events and you're thinking, all right, somewhere between 12 and 15 sacreds, and then like 20, it's like, shit, that's like twice as much as I, you know, planned for. So like, could I have done it? Yes. I didn't feel like it was good enough value at the time. And what's kind of sad is that since then, like, I've tried to be a little bit more lenient when it comes to guaranteed champions, but the quality has not been up to snuff by comparison, which is really sad. You don't see many Elva style champions being offered up. Ooh, every time, man. I feel like he's gonna die to that. True, yeah, there was no, there were no accessories yet. Hydra Clash didn't exist. Yep. So you capped out at the 50-50 chance for protecting buffs, which people thought wasn't enough. I think it is, personally, but neither here nor there. You know what would be cool? If they had like a running total of the damage, maybe like an info or something. But like, if you could see, you know, like we see, you know, I did 19 million damage so far, but it'd be nice to know like which DPS is doing most of the damage right now. Like Newt has 10 million and Whisper has 9 or something. That'd be cool to know. A running tally. Kits, love to see it. Yeah, the Wii kits during the alternate forms here are, it was the one of the main reasons I was running Airstreet instead of Necmo. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's just better to have this. At least for this testing. For when I'm running a Thorion comp, he's a lot tankier and some more survivable, so he's not just going to get one shot. Ooh, Newt's going to die here. Yep. The other factor that I haven't really experienced myself is that Marius obviously like decreases the duration of buffs. So when it comes to the Viper form, he might even still work better on auto, because even if he does steal your buffs, depending on the timing, he can just decrease the duration of them. So that might also make it slightly more auto-friendly, combined with the, you know, my imaginary L bottom board. I can dream. It's weird, because like, or maybe it's more funny than weird, but like back in the day, oh shit, we're be Viper, hold up. Back in the day, it used to be like realistic to say, I'll probably pull that champion later. And like nowadays with so many champions, void and non-void, it's like that's not as safe as a thing to say as it used to be. Which is kind of sad. But it's just kind of a factor of them adding more champions over time. It's kind of unavoidable. Alright, so we're not going to use the A2. We don't want the boss. Okay, we're just going Whisper going in. We love to see it. We're not going to use increased attack because we don't want it to get stolen. We're full HP this time. We got Lydia ready. Does she die? No. In fact, she counterattacks and heals. Cool. Alright, we should be good to go because we have the cleanse ready. I don't know why Whisper is going ahead of Lydia. Lydia's faster, but maybe that's just sequencing like after people died. Wow! Damn! That's crazy. She was full HP, right? I guess she didn't have decreased attack on technically because Necmo weak hit. I don't think this is gonna work, guys. I think Whispers might be too squishy for Nightmare. That's crazy. I really do hate the block or the deny revival aspect of this phase. Like, I think it's just a little too much. Or let me correct myself. It's a bit much when you have a 4-turn cooldown AoE revive, because it takes you 5 years to get back around to it, and by the time you get back to it, like the run's over. Like Whisper got revived. She took 1 turn, and then he's already at like turn 30. So she gets like 2 hits in for the entire phase because the first revival was denied, and then you have to wait another 4 turns to come back around to get it. So I'm not a huge fan of that passive. I think it's a little bit too much. I was hoping she'd get an extra turn there. That's a shame. She didn't really get to do much on the phase where I really needed her to do a lot of the damage. We'll see on part 2 if she can survive that one. Maybe with decreased attack landing from Necmo. We'll see. But I'm guessing that as it stands right now, that 35 million at the half-ish waypoint, when we need 84 total, is not going to cut it. I mean, because we missed... I mean, she missed out on, like, what? 4... No. At least, like, 6 turns? And that's ignoring the extra turn from her A3 and any extra turns that would have procced from the Relentless set. Which is a boatload of damage. We're also not getting fortunate here with the block buffs to block the increased speed, so he's kind of lapping us a little bit. Yeah, I think this test so far is a complete and utter fail. Ouch. Oh, we're under veil, but there's no decreased defense. Rip. That literally did nothing. Nice. Whisper out here murdering herself. Oh, of course the 3% resist. That's tragic. Oh well. Yeah, I guess the Veil decreased defense trial is really easy to do with a ninja by comparison, huh? He does both. He veils himself and then puts out the decreased attack or decreased defense on the A1. I'm also hoping for higher blessing level on Lydia. Right now she's just at 1 star, so the smite debuff rarely lands. But that's kind of up to RNGesus, unfortunately. She's on the wish list, but we all know that that's strong, but not like a guarantee of anything from your soul stones. This is also a good example of, like, you know, it's very easy for us content creators to say, like, oh, this so-and-so champion is really strong for Chimera, and it's like, they might be, but they might not scale up to the highest difficulties. Or it's like, you know, it's the super endgame +4 version of that champion that's actually able to do something. Like, that's why I've shied away from using attack-based champions in this particular fight. On the higher difficulties, I stopped using Whisper at hard. From brutal plus, I started using enemy max HP exclusively because they can stay alive. Or at least, like, you know, with a Newt, he's defense based, so he's just a little bit tankier because the defense is the damage as well as damage reduction. Same thing with Marius. Whenever I get him. Ooh, we actually killed him that time. Rip. Chill, brother. About to take out my whole team. You know what would be embarrassing is that despite Whisper dying, if she still outdamaged Newt because of all the weak hits on the alt forms, that would be insane. Oh, popping off. Keep it going. Ah, I only got 4 in a row. As far as other use cases, I did try out Whisper in Sand Devil, and she does work for my Siffy comp there. pending more testing, but it looks good for now. Like, she was already in my Phantom Shogun team, so that hasn't really changed, but maybe it'll do a little bit more damage. I haven't run that since getting her 6-starred. But the one that I'm most excited about is Dark Fae. Like, obviously, like, the damage increase from 4-star to 4-star to 6-star is not going to be substantial. And the only reason I say that is because her A2 already ignores all of defense for bosses, so it's really just increasing the damage on the A3 and the A1. And it's already, in terms of my Dark Fae team, it's like a minute-long fight. So it's not like it's going to go from a minute to 30 seconds, because you still have to deal with the waves. But I'm just curious how much harder she's going to hit by comparison. Alright, can we get a cleanse and a heal, sir? Is she provoked for 2 turns? Oh, I didn't know he could provoke for 2 turns. Alright, well, you learned something new. Alright, last turn here. We have Leech out. Let's get the bash in. Play her. I know Galathir's not going to die, so I'm not really worried about him. Lydia being half health is a bit of a concern. Okay, he got a War Master proc. Newt's chilling, he's ready to go. Ideally, Lydia will heal. No, there's no leech. Rip. Oh, I forgot I swapped around some of my Lizardman gear. So Nekmothar has a refresh amulet, which I was not really paying attention to see if it procced. Oh, this is not looking good. I think Lydia's dead here. Oh! She might die to the poisons. Oh, she lived! Alright, we're not going to do extra turn because he will die. Heal yourself. Cleanse. Now the question here, we lock him out, but does he kill Whisper? Actually, well, I guess it depends if Nekmo places the Decret stack. He did not, so she might still die here. Let's see. Oh, okay. I guess it didn't crit that time. Actually, let's count how many turns Whisper gets to see how much damage potentially we lost out on the last time when she died. So she got 1 there. That's 2. This is 3. Guaranteed extra turn. This is 4 turns. She was revived at 29. I think my guess was 6 turns, right? That's a passive proc. So we're still at 6 turns, another passive proc. I think at this point, yeah, she was revived. Lydia needs to wake up and walk this dude out. There we go. I guess we just got unlucky. Just a big, massive crit. And he killed her. Because this time he hit like 10k and she didn't die. Or like she was nowhere near dying, so I don't know what the hell he did last time. But I think the most important takeaway here is that we're nowhere near 84 million, so As cracked out as Whisper is, it's not enough. In fact, I feel like the team is actually on par to do like worse than the Atharion version of the team. I think that team capped out like on a good run, it could do like 85, like God RNG with trials and whatnot. But the worst I've seen it do is probably around like 75. And this looks to be on par with roughly 75-ish. It depends how ham Whisper wants to go here in the last few rounds, or last few turns. If my memory serves, I think Newt does... If we end up at like 75, I think Newt ends up doing like 30-ish million. And then Atharion was doing like 35, something like that. Ooh, I lied. We're not even going to get to 75. I think we have one more bash. And then whatever Whisper can do here in the last turn. Extra turn, okay, guaranteed. Relentless. Passive, nothing. Okay, last bash. That should get us to 74. Or 75. Okay. Yeah. Obviously not keeping this run. Wow, she did win though. That's crazy. With bad RNG, Whisper still outdamaged Newt. That's the like literally the power of the weak hits on the alternate forms. That's crazy. I mean, it does go to show, like, 6-star crushing Rend is no joke. Like, once you get it on your whoever, it really, like, ups their damage substantially. That's... I didn't want to believe that she could actually do it, and that's with, again, that's with the bad RNG. That's with her dying on the first Viper form. Without that, an extra 6 turns doing, what, 300-ish K per hit? That's another couple million. So she would have beat him by, like, 6 million versus 5. Maybe 7 million. Damn. Alright, well. Interesting data point. Maybe if eventually I'll get her to +4, but she might be slightly more survivable then and not die to the road crits. But even then, I don't know. I'm not convinced that that's gonna work. Rotation 2 for me is just the hardest. You can see, like, this team works. This is my default team for Nightmare and Brutal. For every other rotation except 2. Because, like, Nekmothar, like, he works well enough for every other rotation, but this one, like, not having the decrease attack on the alt forms makes you just take so much more damage, and then you don't get the leech potentially, so you don't heal, and then the decrease speed might not land, so they're faster, and so he's not as effective overall. It's kind of unfortunate. So for rotation 2, I've been just keeping these and just running Brutal and Hard. So we're gonna maintain that thing here. So we'll just run Brutal here real quick, and then I guess we wait a bit for live arena and do a little bit of fights there and see what happens. I guess the other thing to mention relative to the 3-turn cooldown cleanse block debuffs combo is that when you do get or with lasting gifts, there's also the chance that you have a 3-turn duration buff for 3 turns. So like you have permanent uptime some of the times on block debuffs, and so you don't have to really worry about a lot of what the boss does. But here, even though, like, you know, Star Sage is really powerful, of course, but most of the time there's going to be 2 turns where you don't have block debuffs. That's just the nature of the 4-turn cooldown. And then with lasting gifts, maybe at best you have 1 turn without block debuffs, which can still affect it, because you might get slept, you might get provoked or something randomly depending on the phase or the form. So That's another win for Elva. I know like Lady Noelle gave us a little bit of a taste for like a really good 3-turn cooldown AoE revive, but I highly doubt that they're going to introduce another like Elva Galathier style champion who has an AoE revive on a 3-turn cooldown and then also has a 3-turn cooldown cleanse and block debuffs. It could happen, but I expect that to be either some like impossible to get void legendary or maybe like a mythical, meaning that most people won't actually have that champion. On Brutal, I forget what this team does. I want to say this because like I said, we top out at like 70 to 80 mil usually for Nightmare. I think this team does around like 90 million on Brutal. I know it usually does 100 million on Brutal for other rotations, but like I said, rotation 2 is the perfect storm. Because Atharion is strong for alternate forms, and then Newt is strong for the ultimate form. But they're both like suboptimal in their own rights. So like there's no like perfect DPS yet, outside of having Marius. I think from my like tests, it's slightly more potent to have your better DPS match or complement the affinity of the ultimate form, just because obviously the ram form is basically like null in terms of damage. You're barely doing anything because you just murder yourself, and then the other forms are a little bit more finicky as far as dealing damage. So I think Newt would be better, which, well, that's why we're pairing Newt with Whisper there, or Whisper with Newt instead of Whisper with Atharion. Hey, we actually did a trial. Oh, we did 2 trials. Look at us. Ah. Yeah. It's a lot easier to do this Fear one with double enemy max HP. Because it's like, even though they murder themselves, like a couple of hits, and that trial is actually done. And like, it's easy-ish to do the decreased defense one as well, but it just, the stars have to align. So like, we have to have Lydia place her debuff after, or before they attack, after Galathier revives, and then to put the Veil up. That's another thing that Elva would help with by comparison. Because naturally she just, at the end of her turns, I think she just Veils whoever is the lowest HP, which typically is going to be the DPS. So that would also help with that particular trial as well. Make that a bit easier. So. Lots of things that Elva could do. Obviously, the passive heal every turn is good too. Like I said, not to diminish the power level of Galathier, he is good. I'm grateful to have him. But there's a big difference between healing every turn versus healing everyone every 4 turns. The trade-off, though. Galathier, because I used to run Pythion initially, Galathier will net you more turns on average just because of his A1. So there's a bit of a trade-off there. Presumably this will take 20-ish minutes, so maybe before Live Arena goes live in 45, we can take a look at my protection gear or accessories for Sylvan Watchers and see. I'm pretty confident I don't have accessories for that faction off the top of my head, but I kind of just like, when it comes to the Hydra Clash, I kind of just like, I look at the gear pieces and see if they're good, regardless of the faction. So I don't really pay attention to like, oh, I got a protection amulet in Sylvan Watchers. Unless there's someone I have that's like waiting for gear pieces, then I notice it more. But if it's just random pieces and random factions, I don't really notice it as much. Example being my Siphi, who's in, I think she's in 8 pieces of protection at the moment. But if I were to get the 9th piece, or like I'm looking for a banner, which would be the 9th piece. So like if I get an Undead Horde protection banner, then I might be more inclined to look at it, just because I know that she needs one. I'm not getting my hopes up though, because the problem is her Siphi, I'm talking about, her banner at the moment, it is a mythical banner that has a double speed roll, but the extra stat was also on speed, so it's kind of a triple speed roll. I think it has like 22 with a 6-star glyph on it, so it's like 30 speed or something like that. So it's like, whatever the protection banner is, it'd be really tough to match that. Like either I'd have to, and it's a resistance banner as well. So it's like, I don't want to put like, oh, let me just put this attack banner with no speed on her just to get the 9-piece protection. It's like, cool, that's great. She has 9-piece protection, but now she's also, you know, 300 speed, so she'll never get a turn, which means she never get the protection, and she can't be in reaction and 9-piece protection. So if she dies, she dies. So on one hand, like, I understand the people who talk about like, oh, the sets are better than the stats when you get to the end game, which is true to a degree. But there's also like below a certain threshold, like your champion ceases to function, and the build becomes impractical. So in my case, having a 300 speed Siphi just to get 9-piece protection doesn't work. Unless my enemies are really, really slow, which is not the meta, right? Everyone's kind of fast. I can't remember how long ago it was. I think it was like sometime last month, maybe 2 months ago. There was someone in the chat who literally had nukers that were faster than my like Siphi. Who, she's faster than she was at that time. I think right now she's like 352 in 8-piece protection. But I think back then she was 330, and he was talking about like he had like a handful of nukers that were higher than 330 speed, which is insane. I don't have anyone that fast. I imagine that most players don't have anyone that fast, especially a nuker. I could be wrong though. Let me know if you guys are pseudo krakens out there. I guess we're below the threshold here where we get soul reprocs, which is pretty handy. For those people who have Marius, what blessing do you run on him? I've seen, I think most people are somewhere between Cruelty and Soul Reap, depending on if he's more PvE or PvP focused. For me, I intend for him to be more more PvP focused, so I'm gonna go Soul Reap. But I think he also somewhat benefits from Soul Reap, particularly in Chimera, for this exact situation here, where if the boss is low and then he just kind of does a free 200k damage. I think we should be able to do... Yeah, we should be, definitely got this one. We should be able to do this one as well. This one is hard to do. Like, it's possible to do this, but the like Athorian has to do it. It depends on when block debuffs is on him. Like right now, that could count. Okay, it did count. Yeah, yeah. That's again another thing with the Fortune cooldown on Galather. Like he might place block debuffs, and it might just run out before Athorian gets back and places increased attack and use that ability. But we got it. I think we're tapped out on trials. Maybe... No, we did everything for Ram. Can't do this one. I don't think I have enough buffs to do this one. I have the debuffs for sure, but I don't have enough buffs. I think with Marius it would be possible though. We don't have Leech. And then both my DPS are enemy max HP, so we can't do that one. I think we're tapped out, or capped out. On trials. What's up, Lou? 330 speed Georgia. There you go. There you go, guys. Mini Kraken over here. My fast nuke champion is my Mezamel, and I think she's like 280 at the moment. Maybe 290 with better glyphs. But to this date, I do not have a nuker, arena nuker, who's built to over 300. Well, the real question is, what gear sets is your Georgia in? Is he in? Does he have speed set at all, or is that just like savage and cruel with 330 speed? Because the only way my Mezamel was able to get to like 280 is because she's in divine speed. Otherwise, I guess she'd be like 260. I guess, yeah, Faction Guardians is 10 speed, so that's a decent chunk as well. Funnily enough, I think I actually have a 6-star soul for Georgia. Oh, no, I was being facetious when I said the Kraken thing. I'm just kidding. It's just, that's also just a gear diff potential thing, right? Wait, we did one more trial. What did we do? Oh, we did actually place it. Do I have 5 buffs on this team? Wait, what? Oh, you know what? You're right. Increased strengthen, speed, increase attack, increase accuracy, block debuffs. Wait, is that enough? I think the math isn't math. How did I get 5 buffs? Oh, maybe the counterattack from Newt. Maybe that counted, and he placed the decreased attack and weaken. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna complain. It's a damn shame though, because like I usually like this trial is so iffy that it's like it's hit or miss whether or not I do it, and so I rarely get to this one in time. Like this is really easy to do, but I rarely get to the point where I get this trial, and it's usually like the tail end, as we just saw, of the second go through, and so I just never get a chance to complete that one. I don't think I've ever done it. One day though, maybe. Got impulse, lethal, and pinpoint accessories. Impulse, and Lethal. So, I mean, Impulse is effectively a speed set. That's disgusting, by the way. Have you ever gotten Impulse proc plus Cycle of Violence proc? So you get back-to-back A3s? Like, obviously that's really rare compared to, like, 6-piece Merciless. But, you know, every once in a while, I'm sure that's... You get back-to-back A3s, you just pop 2 people off, ignore Stone Skin, and everything else under the sun. Your Marius is 300 speed. Good God. Oh yeah, I was saying that I happen to have a 6-star soul for Georgian. I don't have Georgian though. Wouldn't mind him. I have a huge bias towards any and all champions who ignore Stone Skin because, as I've said many times, Stone Skin is a freaking cancer in this game. But we're getting oh, okay, we're getting damage towards this, but that's not possible. Quad speed with... Oh, an attack banner with quad speed. That's... Yeah, that'll do it. God damn. I don't think I have a quad speed on a banner. I don't think I've ever done that. I think my highest is a triple. That's also cool though that you were able to get pinpoint on him. I fully acknowledge that I've definitely underfarmed the pinpoint dungeons, or the event dungeon, but they don't really give us enough energy to really farm it unless I like were to skip a fusion. You have 2, one's for Arbiter. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, for High Elves, I think all of my banners, nothing has exceeded a double speed roll thus far. Just by happenstance. So I think I have like 2 or 3 banners that are like 18, like max double roll. But haven't gotten anything higher, is what it is. Pinpointing guys. Yeah, I'm still working on it, but like my goal is to I have pinpoint on Gaius, but I lost some speed to put him in the 4-piece, which I'm not really happy about, and a lot of the times he doesn't actually take a turn at the right time because he's just a little bit slower. Crazy, it was only like 5 speed slower, but it's slow enough that he's not speed tuned anymore. But I digress. But my goal is actually to have Nishak in 6-piece Feral instead. Like, if I happen to get another pinpoint set in the meantime, I'll put him in that. But my intent is to put him into 6-piece Feral long term. Just because I prefer the chance to continuously have a chance to block Polymorph versus the one and done of pinpoint 4-piece. I guess on the flip side, you know, if I got 6-piece pinpoint on him, then I'd have 2 chances. I think my worry for pinpoint is that if you don't go first, obviously most likely you're just gonna die. But even if you do go first, or some of the times they might just strip pinpoint off and then you don't have it, and then you're kind of screwed. Versus Feral, it's like you can't strip it. Got some crazy luck with gear and some champions. I think all of my, not all, I think majority of my luck has been with champions, and it has not been with gear. That's like anecdotal at best, but it feels that way. Same? Yeah. I mean, you know, everyone's different, right? Obviously, it just, you're gonna be lucky somewhere. Some people don't like to acknowledge that fact because they feel like they're not lucky where they want to be, which is like fair enough. But you're gonna be lucky somewhere in the game. It's statistically impossible to not be lucky somewhere with something. It's just how much importance do you have in the area where you are lucky. Okay, apparently I was way off and I lied. We're doing 100 million on this one. Granted, though, I do think... I'm pretty sure that my normal output on trials is like 4. So 7 is just like a really, really good RNG with like the RAM form and stuff. So that's probably making the multiplier be higher, thus we're getting a lot more damage than usual. Or I'm just misremembering the damage. I don't usually watch these runs. I usually just let it go. Because they like, when I do hard and brutal, it's just full auto. I don't really care. Just because even if we get to Viper form, he's not strong enough to actually kill people in on this team at least. So I don't really worry about it. But like Nightmare and Beyond, he actually does like the Whisper. You saw him drop him or drop her a couple of times. But brutal and below doesn't really matter. Four mythical so far, 3 from Shards, 1 from Remnant. 6-star for your R base. Our base is on my list, which is kind of crazy to say considering how lucky I've been. Yeah, she's 3rd on my list of unobtained mythicals. Which is to not say that for any critics out there, I'm not actively hoping for another mythical champion. But if I do happen to get one, she's 3rd on my list. Number 1 is Commodus. Again, I am super biased against everything that deals with Stone Skin. So I would love to run the super fast, probably pinpoint Commodus and just blow the fuck up out of people in their stupid Stone Skin builds. However, in the meantime, I'm excited to make use of Empress. Because he can just remove it or replace it or whatever you want to call it. But I'm excited for that because I feel like it's just like it's become a crutch at this point. Like the amount of times I just go in the arena and I see Stone Skin, Stone Skin, Stone Skin, Stone Skin, all 4 people, and it's like, good God, man, what are you doing? It's like I'd be less mad, but it's like four members of the same arena team with 6-piece Stone Skin. So it's not even a hybrid build. He's just like, nope, just Stone Skin. Everyone 2 turns. I just can't die for 2 turns. Herder. It's like, okay. I'm glad you turned your brain on for this fight, sir. No offense. All right, keeping that one. Brutal done. 100 and something mil. Doesn't really matter. I don't really care that much. We get what we get. I'm actually not going to claim this energy. I guess we have some time. Like we can discuss this a little bit. I'm going to claim this like right before reset happens because I finally got through the mission. Oh, I'm blocking it. I got through the mission for Essence from Iron Twin, so we're on this one here. And then we move on to Spider. But like I said earlier, top of the stream, I already finished Ice Golem. So I don't have to do any more of it, but I do need to run Spider for the purpose of this mission. And so once reset happens, I can go across Soul Cross here and cut all the way back to 17. So I'm gonna run straight to here, which gives me this energy and this energy, and then I clear D17, get that done, knock out this mission, and then presumably with whatever energy I have over the next 5 hours plus this plus the 2 nodes we just saw, I should be able to knock out this running it 20 times tonight. And then I can start on the live arena battles over the next, I don't know, week, give or take. Think I'll clear Centralis this month? No, I do not. S19 is like the hardest variation with even less spirit affinity options than the last one. So no, I don't think so. But I also haven't given it a decent try. So we'll see, but most likely not. But yeah, we're getting there, guys. What, 10 missions away? This is today, or both of these are today. This is going to take upwards of a week, depending on my win rate. This is prepped. I have the 6 Zeal artifacts. This is done. I have this ready to go. I think it's Biren Giri. I think I'm waiting to ascend him to 4 stars, or awaken him to 4 stars. This is RNG, so this could be 2 days of Spider. It could be a week. Who knows? I will grit my teeth and actually put 60 stone skin on someone just for the sake of this mission. And then we're done, pretty much. I guess I do have to get Amius as well, but that's a given. Because let's see, I have 2 keys, so I just need to get, where is it? This one done. I mean, I'll get that. I'll beat Amius whilst I work on the live arena missions, I think. So, like I said, depending on the RNG from the Spider mythical artifact stuff, Marius will be here maybe by next CVC, I think. Yeah, I think, no, this is a pretty easy one. Yeah, this is the easiest one with Morrigan in the mix. Easy hero reduction. Maybe I might run Siphi instead of Tatura. I guess this is the first time I've gotten this rotation since I've gotten Siphi, which I don't know if that's true, but maybe I just haven't noticed that she was in the pool. I might try that. Double reviver, double healing, heat reduction, easy mode. Nishak is our DPS. That's probably something for next weekend stream. Do that, test out that team, see if that works. Oh yeah, what did I say? S19. Oops, that's the wrong one. I don't know how people beat this. Like, I understand, you know, if the people with the 6-star crushing Rend, Morag, ally attack, they can just one-shot Marichka, but I know that that's not something I can do. But I have Rockbreaker and Frost, so maybe we can do something with the counterattacks. Tauruses freeze themselves. Bane could maybe do some damage. Gnarlhorn for the provoke. Steel Skull or Kinagashi. Or Melga for reviving. I don't know. But I'm not confident that I could beat that stage. And I'm not trying to... I'm trying to not look at all the other stages to see where I can get. I kind of want to just get where I get and worry about it when I get there versus trying to, like, pre-acting to stuff that I may or may not be able to do. So, we'll see. I think that the more important thing is that, like, S6, I have every variation solved at this point, and it's really just S8. There's one in particular that I don't have yet solved, and once I get that done, then I'll never have the S6, S8 bottleneck ever again, which would be nice. And it's the one with, like, Mordecai, or you use, like, Mordecai and Baroth and like the force affinity support against like the Lydia double ray BS. Oh, I guess I gotta run Doom Tower a little bit, huh? Actually, we can do a little background battle action. Why don't we do that while we wait for we got 20 minutes to kill here. We do this fight before though, because I don't know when, but I am hoping that, you know, sooner rather than later they actually do come out with the expanded capability to run background battles whilst you do like arena battles. Oh, this is a high resistance UDK. That's unfortunate. Yep. As all the content creators say, nobody builds resistance anymore. Nope. And here we have a UDK with he has aspect to Seroth too, which is annoying. This UDK here with let's see, for context, my Nishak is rocking 700 accuracy. So that UDK, because he resisted all the bombs, even from the ally attack as well as him placing it. So he has what, 800 plus resistance on a UDK. But no one builds resistance, guys. No one builds resistance. All right, let's run that in the background. And then what did I say? Oh yeah, we're gonna look at Sylvan Watcher's accessories. Do I have protection for my imaginary Elva Autumnborn? Get rid of the 4-star piece. And that one as well, actually. No rings, so 9 pieces out automatically for Elva. But that could roll resistance. This already has rolled resistance. Okay, so that's 1 piece for her. This is crit damage, I know that. That could roll resistance. That's defense, could roll resistance. This is a split. That's a split. I mean, these are 5-star, so if they're superseded by the 6-star. 1 guaranteed, at least a double roll for imaginary Elva, that would be nice. I know this banner is accuracy, which is unideal, but I don't know. 9-piece protection, like I said earlier, I think it's just it's so far-fetched to really realistically achieve while the champion actually functions. I think it's easier for a lot of the CCs who are like super endgame, but they also have like fully awakened, fully empowered versions of the champions, where like the stat load is so substantial that like who cares if you have a HP banner because you still have 600 resistance with all the extra stats. But when you have a base level of every legendary basically, or the ones that you have, is like, look, Elva's great, but if I put her in 90-piece protection and she's 200 speed with 300 resistance, she's not going to do anything. She's just going to die, or she's not going to resist, or she's going to get CC'd. She can't cleanse, you know, in PvE. I digress. I think though I could scrounge together a 6-piece set for her for sure. You know, if she ever exists. But for anyone curious, the Siphi banner is talking about is this bad boy here, the mythical effective triple speed roll. I wish that it was a little less defense, a little more HP, but beggars can't be choosers type of mindset here. So effectively triple roll. Res on res. But yeah, 356 on the speed. That's where she is at the moment. Oh yeah, I forgot I glyphed her. I think, yeah, I did last CVC. I did use 1 6-star glyph here. I got that triple roll. 6-star glyph here. 6-star glyph here. Still need to. I'm still working on this one. It's kind of tragic. We're at 7 rerolls on the dust. I'm determined to get this piece to speed because she's actually a really important champion. So whatever it takes, but I just don't have as much bandwidth to farm Sand Devil, unfortunately. You use 2 DPS for S19, a taunter, and a decreased defense. Taunter. I assume by taunt you mean provoke. So like the Gnarl Horn, and then yeah, like I have so in theory, if I had the damage on Melga, right? I have Fodbor who's waiting in the wings. I could max him out. We have decreased defense there. We have provoke from Gnarlhorn. And so if there's enough damage with decreased defense and her, maybe we could one-shot Marichka. Or maybe Fane comes in as well. It helps us do that. And then Melga can pick everyone else up. Or pick everyone up after they die, because they will die. Or I could run Rockbreaker. Either or for the Gnarlhorn. They both do the same thing, I think. Although, is this a 3-turn? This is a 3-turn. Versus this being a 4-turn, right? Oh no, they're both 3-turn. Never mind, I'm full of shit. Rockbreaker it is. I might run something like this and see what it can do. My Melga's naked though. I don't have her built. I don't even think she's booked. Yeah, she's not booked. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I just like last rotation, I'm not getting my hopes up that it's actually going to be feasible. But I will see what is possible once, assuming we can actually get there. Again, I'm not going to check every stage along the way. I want it to be a surprise if we can't get there. I don't want to be disappointed, I should say, if we can't get there. Are we done? Oh, still running. Okay. What else was I gonna do? I'm blanking. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at Feral. So my plan for Marius is a Savage and Feral build. Savage and 4-piece Feral, I should say. So that I could run him into Armand so that he can't steal his turn meter, right? Because of his passive. And then the Feral set would protect him from the stun, so that at least you'd think twice about using Armand's AoE, because I would counterattack and you have a chance to either kill your nukers or enfeeble your nukers or whoever else. Ideally, I would have a second wand submission to avoid polymorph in that situation, but I only have one, and right now it's on nice. But I wouldn't mind putting it on Marius, because I do expect to use Marius a lot more than I planned, or I currently use Nice. I plan to use Marius a lot more, so I might rethink that location. But point being, I am on the lookout for any and all Feral gear for Skinwalkers for 2 different champions, which is going to be really tough. And I haven't gotten any in a long ass time. Like, I have this ring, which, like, if I get a lot of other pieces for Nishak, then I'll just accept it. At least it's an attack ring, so it gives some benefit to the bombs. This one is just tragic. It's like triple roll on the super roll on a mythical on an attack amulet. I was like, oh, Nishak for the win, and then it just didn't hit anything useful. I don't know. I think I reworked it. No, I don't. I just don't have any KSR. I might rework it just to see. Because if this becomes like crit damage with accuracy or something for Marius, then this is goated. Or I just accept it as it is, and it's like, hey, at least it's an attack amulet for bombs, and then suffer through. I don't know. TBD. But the banners are, these are not banners, these are all amulets. There is no banner. That's what I meant to say. No banners yet. I think Marius was going to use I think I was going to put this one on him. The one that rolled flat defense. Or I guess they both rolled flat defense. But this rolled higher flat defense. Resistance is irrelevant. At least it has some accuracy. But I think for now, this is Marius's amulet. But yeah, really lacking on the feral gear. I think I can work with whatever I have for the like gear pieces to make it work. But without the accessories, the build just kind of doesn't work, or doesn't really happen. I do have that's lethal. I have these, which I am partially blocking. Apologies. There we go. These aren't perfect, but again, concessions for like putting Nishak in 6-piece feral. It's like double accuracy speed. It's like fine. He's not going to be as fast, but it's a feral main stat useful glove, which is a tall order, to say the least. So I have that, but I'm definitely not going to be able to match this chest. So I think I'm going to keep that on him and then figure out the rest of the stuff. I do have a lot of good pieces here. That's the crazy thing. Like my feral pieces top row has been pretty decent. Like speed crit accuracy attack, speed crit damage accuracy, speed accuracy res, speed crit, double speed double crit, or triple speed double crit, double crit speed, double speed crit accuracy, double accuracy speed crit. This one's kind of a bummer, but if I really want someone high accuracy, lower speed, that can work too, so I'm holding on to it. So like, I think I have some other pieces equipped on other people, but my point being that like there's good enough gear that I could fit a 6-piece feral build on him if I got more pieces, but lacking the boots and the chest at the moment. The other thing I was thinking about, so you mentioned that your Georgid has pinpoint and no impulse, lethal, pinpoint, which to me says you don't have reaction. And that's kind of one of my bigger issues of like on my faster champions. It's like if they're not fast enough, which I know I'm not, like I mentioned, my Mesmel is 283 or 280 something. Like if Georgia doesn't take a turn and he's not in stone skin, you're literally dead, right? So it's like I get at like 330, you're probably guaranteed to go first no matter what. Not guaranteed. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, right? It's like if you go first, you don't need reaction, which is true. But like I feel like for me at 280, I'm not at that threshold where it's like, oh yeah, I'm going first. I'm in that middle ground where like if my Arbiter doesn't get banned, then they're speed tuned. But if they ban Arbiter, they're probably going to cut in with whoever their speed champion is. Versus her, like if she was 350 speed, it's like, all right, well she can go without a speed booster. So I feel like I'm in that nebulous zone where reaction still helps me. A couple of times it's actually saved me and turned the fight around. But this ring is just like god tier. 70% crit rate. I am not a fan of that approach. I know that is a possibility. My problem is that there's too many Torments out there and I could just freeze myself if she's not protected. And so I'd prefer to just go straight into, because honestly a lot of the time I don't even use this ability. I just go straight into the block revive, especially if she's paired with Arbiter. Like the increased crit damage could be useful, but if I know I'm killing someone squishy, then I don't even bother and I just go for straight to the block revive with Arbiter, increase attack. You went for 70 just to add speed. Understandable. I get that. I think for my level of gear, she's not really going to get much faster, unfortunately. Like, I mean, these are goated gloves. These are perfect. This is pretty, I mean, this is one of my fastest pieces on my account in general, like triple speed in the speed sets. So again, like there's no quad. So it's not like, oh, I could have, if I drop the crit rate, she can, you know. And then like this is a pretty fast piece. This is a slow one by comparison, but the crit damage is just really, really nice. But if I get a different piece with a little bit less crit damage, a little bit more speed, I wouldn't be opposed to it. So I guess this is probably the one where I'd be the most flexible on if I wanted to drop the crit rate. Maybe the boots. But the chest, it sucks, but this is just a gear diff. There is no 6-star there's no 6-star attack chest in lethal. It doesn't exist, so 5-star is all I can do, unfortunately. How much speed 2-piece pinpoint will add? It's not, it's my pinpoint's not great. Yeah, I don't even have an attack ring, dude. I guess it'd be this one, maybe the highest attack percentage. This is accuracy, this is resistance. So there's no attack banner. 5-star crit damage versus 6-star. Get rid of the bot there. I mean, we already know how much it's going to add, right? It's 10%, right? So it's going to add 10 speed. Like the banner is there's no way like that would just automatically be a stat loss if I change the banner. So it would have to be a ring. So it would add 10 speed. So 293. But then I would drop like what, 12 crit damage and then 500 attack or something crazy. She might be faster, but she might not kill someone then. That's the trade-off, right? And by well, I mean she's gonna kill someone squishy, but I need her powerful so that like she needs to be able to one-shot Harimas. That's like my benchmark of damage. Like I need to be able to one-shot Harimas and Volcanos and Marius, those types of champions. But like I said, you know, this is all in context of like where my speed is at on my account. That's just kind of the limits of my gear. My Arbiter is not crazy. She's at 387 now. She's a little bit faster than she was before. Because I have this quad here and I have this quad here with the 6-star glyph. But even with 2 double quads, she's still only sub 400. Nice. I need to stop slacking. I do apologize because I have been like promising the Carnage video for like 3 weeks now and I just haven't gotten around to it. But this week I should. I know I did look at pinpoint for high elves and the same problem. Like obviously, well, I think it's even worse. Yeah, there's no ring. So like we're on equipped high elves. Like there literally is no ring. I don't have a ring for high elves and pinpoint. I just haven't gotten one. So I could slap any amulet on her and it'd be fine. Fair enough. The banner again. This is one of my best banners. Double speed. This would be worse. Well, actually, I don't even know. I haven't rolled this, but I highly doubt this is going to triple roll. Faction Wars hard? Yes, it is coming next week. It is not yet out. But yes, there is going to be hard mode Faction Wars soon, TM. Ha! Live Arena's live. Okay, we'll do Nether Spider real quick. The last key in. What's the most accuracy you have or have seen on a champ? Seen? I mean, people are upwards of 1,000 accuracy on some champions. My highest is probably in the 700s, though. Oh, you know what? Madame Saris. You're right. I think my Madame Saris is 800? Yeah. I don't use her as much anymore, but I think she's upwards of 800. 1,000 though is crazy. I think my Madame Saris is +2, my primary one. It's funny because, like I said, like, oh, if I get the gear pieces, I'm gonna build her in 6-piece Feral, and I haven't even looked to see if I got the pieces, just because at this point she's just like my like default cleave team for classic arena when there's like a one-man defense, just because it's fast. But like I don't use her outside of that niche, so I'm like, why am I gonna waste my Feral gear on that? Not waste, but you know, what's the point of using it on her if she's not really doing anything on my account? Which is a shame, but it's the nature of the game, right? You know, it's an epic. You're not supposed to have an epic that's like high-level endgame arena, in my opinion. Despair what you have on your Eris? I don't think so. I like once your team is able to one key Demon Lord clan boss, who really cares? Like, I'm not in the camp where it's like, I want to do 300 million damage to Ultra Nightmare. It's like, dude, if I did 71 every day, I'm good. Like, that's all you need. Overkilling does nothing. There's no Demon Lord clash to worry about. And I really hope they don't do that. Don't do the Plarian. Swap the camera back. Default corner. There we go. I mean, speed is speed. So if you get 39 speed from a pair of gloves, then more power to you. That's what you need. You're at 200. Oh, you want 200. You're at 196. Yeah, you're trying way harder than I am. Like I was being, you know, a bit tongue-in-cheek when I said 71, but my actual goal, it's like if across all rotations my team does 75 million, worst case, I'm done. Like that's it. 75, just some like margin of error, just in case there's a really bad RNG swing or bad damage swing or whatever. Turbo is 381 crit damage. Good god, man, that's impressive. I mean, you don't need that much speed, right? If he's your DPS, you can just go all out. What is he built in? Is that a like crit damage set or like kill stroke? And what's that one from Live Arena? I'm blanking. What is it called? I keep thinking Impulse. It's the other one. Zeal. One crit damage set and random bits. Hey, fair enough. If it works, it works. An Elva with cruelty. That's odd. Very odd. Not sure what's going on here. Oh my god, it's a non-stone skin champion in arena? It's a miracle. Oh, you have a myth foo? Oh, because you take damage at the start and then you never heal? Wait, no. She heals you, doesn't she? Doesn't Tamitha heal you? This would still work. Am I crazy? Yeah, you'll be full HP. It's block damage, but you're gonna continuously heal. It does. Zeal does more damage the more health you have. So you want to, it's the opposite of Fury. Yeah, no. It's the exact, well, not exact. It's the mirror of Fury. Fury is the one that works better with Unkillable. Where's that one? I've never used it, but this increases as HP decreases, but Zeal, the higher HP you are, the more damage you do. Up to, I guess, 12. It's also live arena though, so might not have it. You might not have any of it. Grain of salt. Anyways, all right. Speaking of live arena, let's dive in today, boys. I forgot last night, and I did my first win, so we're already at 1-0. But we're gonna do 10 fights and get where we get. If you couldn't tell, I've been taking it super relax with this live arena season. I don't really care this time, so I guess the benefit of that is that my opponents are not going to be like crazy, because a lot of the people who are trying hard are way higher than 200 something. I guess I'll mention my current strategy at the moment is to first pick Fabian, because he's 5-star now, so the 5-star Temple Chains can do some work along with the Supersonic. But depending on what happens, if they pick him or something, Marmons might still show up here. So we're gonna go speed, double down index here. We're probably gonna ban Lammasu at the moment because he's trying to do some mini Shuzen action here. We're not gonna let that happen. Gizmac, no problem there. Let's go Mezzo Harima. That is, wait, 6-star Crushing Rend? Ooh, Hegemon. Interesting. I'm gonna call his bluff. I have reaction on Mezimo, so hopefully that'll keep her alive. And then, like, that's not, well, we have Harima passive. Well, we might not have Harima passive. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I was like, based on what this, okay, so we don't have Harima passive. Okay, we'll see. How strong is this Hegemon, boys? Are we gonna get straight up murdered? Nukimon here? I hope reaction saves us. He's definitely gonna kill Fabian, that's for sure. Siffy can't have reaction because she's in protection. Oh, duh, of course he can just lock us out. Idiot. Okay. Okay, we lapped him. Oh, the 3% resist on Marius! Are we gonna lose because of the 3% resist? Bruh. At least we're protected from this. This is a protection set Gizmac. What on earth? She's dead. This is a extremely slow Marius. Good God. Okay. I think we're dead here. Wait. He wasn't locked out? Or he is locked out? What did the resist? I saw resist here, I swear. That's fine. All right, so we cut in here with Siffy, I think. And we kill Marius. Good night. Raid boss is down. True Fear hopefully procs. Ouch, it did not. Okay. We sleep. We hopefully don't weak hit. Oh, not quite. The good thing is he's stuck in this form for now, so he can AoE here, but hopefully he doesn't kill us. Oh, he has taunt. Oh, that's why he's in protection. He wants the unkillable stall bullshit. Okay, I see. Okay. Ignore unkillable. Unfortunately, we did not kill Rhodos, so he might just literally kill our entire team. Ah, damn it. We lose. Never mind, he threw. He threw! Yeah, okay. So, okay, I guess the resist was for the stone skin removal. He didn't, but he did get locked out. Good to know. Okay, I whenever I see the resist on Fabian, I'm just like, no. I thought we were screwed. Interesting. Protection set Gizmek. I don't know if I agree with that build. That's a little weird. But maybe it makes sense? I'm not convinced. Also, today I learned, does she ignore unkillable on this ability? Ah! Look at that! I didn't know that. I'm gonna pretend that that was a really strategic move to change forms and use that, because I was not hoping I was just gonna double hit Rhodos and kill him. XD. Learn something new every day. I guess, yeah, we're 2-0 for this set of tokens. Fabian. Alright, so we go Armands. 59, so he's looking at, still working on masteries, maybe? Arbiter. Woo, okay. With the Marius, yep. Alright, so we're gonna go defensive here. I don't mind the lockout. I do mind the Marius. So we're gonna prepare for a more defensive strategy here. So let's snag the Harima. Let's grab the Galeth here. Right now I'm leaning towards banning the Marius. He's still gonna ban my Armands. So even if we do get locked out, we have some protection from... Ugh. Okay, well, we had some protection from fear from Siffy. Now I'm a little less certain. What's worse, Siegfried or Marius? Both of them are bad with the Odin, in fairness. I think we have to get rid of the Odin here. Which sucks, because then we're gonna get locked out and feared. Well, we're not gonna get feared because we have Ward of the Fallen. But we're still gonna get locked out for most of this. But if we get stunned, decrease defense, we're screwed. We're not going to go first because our Arbiter's in the team. I could do this. But we don't have a speed aura to contest. I think I have to ban the Odin here and then hope that we can survive the nuke. Oh, he banned Siffy. Weird. I guess, well, we're going to get locked out, so it probably doesn't matter. The new void champ that gives block damage at start could work. Oh yeah, I did see her. I'm honestly okay with that passive. It seems broken, but like in a good way. Stone skin. Hashtag Stone Skin Shadow Legends over here, guys. Come on, Galathea, resist. He did. Sweet. This is not going to kill us. Well, it might kill Armands. Ooh, and Rhodos. That's not good. Alright, we're screwed. Actually, no, we're not screwed. No, we are screwed. Hold on, let me think. I think I have to heal here. Because if I revive, he just AoEs, gets another turn, and we're dead anyways. This way, at least he might weak hit if he tries to go for the A2. Bingo. Alright, I have to kill Marius because I don't want to get enfeebled. Never mind, we failed. Ward of the Fallen! Oh, God. Dude, I love how when my enemies use, or when the Ward of the Fallen procs for them, it always finishes me off, and then when I use it against people, they always survive. And it's absolutely unfair. This is really bad timing. I really wanted Marius to go before me, because if I revive now, they just die instantly. 50% HP. Yeah, because Rotos is... well... Oh, the fear too. Now we're screwed. There's no way to win this. Yeah. You always ban Sify? I don't auto... Well, I usually pick her. So there's that. But I don't auto ban Sify as much anymore. Like, obviously the permasleep is annoying. But... there are so many annoying champions that, like... just getting permaslept is, like, the least of my worries nowadays. Okay. Which one do I want? Let's threaten the lockout here. Damn. Alright. Okay, so Soul Reap tells me that this was probably a DPS Lazarius. If it had Intimidating Presence, I'd be more thinking it was a speed Lazarius, but this is a speed Mikage. I don't know why she has Harmonic Impulse or whatever this is. Maybe she used her in Hydra. But I can ban the Arbiter here. He still has a speed lead with the speed Mikage, so we need to be more protective here. So protective means we can run our protection Necret. And just hope he doesn't pick Narcisse. Although it won't matter, he can't kill Harima. Lockout and Xena. Okay, definitely DPS Lazarius confirmed. I don't care if we get locked out. If he has Xena, he's gonna want to keep Sify in, which means he might ban Harima or something else. So I think here we're gonna pick Rotos, have the Sify Rotos combo, and then we're gonna ban the Xena. I don't care if we get locked out here. And then Rotos will always cleanse with the Sify in the team. But unless he bans Sify here, which is possible. He could go for the anti-revive strat. No, he's worried about Fabian. Okay. That's kind of what I wanted him to do. So now we have Protection Sit Rotos. Hopefully we get lucky with the block debuffs on him. And then we just tank... we tank Lazarius with Harima. And then kill him with Rotos. We get locked out, so be it. Have I ever seen a Jingwan in live arena? No, not once. Oh, we didn't get lucky. But the thing is, or the good thing is, this forces their hand, right? Because either, instead of just going for the stun, which he's probably still going to do, that still means he can't stun Rotos. Okay, high accuracy, noted. We get locked out. Okay, resisted on Sify. Good to know. I'm really hoping this is not a relentless... Wait, what the... Oh, she was reset. Why would you double stun? We're stunned. What? What's the point of that? I guess that turn meter drop. Can I get a turn? Oh, perfect. Thank you, Rotos. Appreciate it, brother. Alright. Reset gone. Revive her down temporarily. Obviously, Lazarius is going to do it. Well, if he changes forms, does he still get the revive? He does not. All right, he committed seppuku. We'll take it. Appreciate it, brother. I don't know what the plan was there. You're not going to wipe my whole team with the Harima alive, dude. I feel like you take one turn with in the base form, no? And get the revive? Huh. We take those, I guess. What are we at? 3 and 1. Hard counter to Fabian. Hard counter to Fabian. That's a bold statement, sir. You're still locked out, though. I get it. Sure, you don't get chain feared, but you're locked out. So okay. I was like hard counter is a bold claim. I don't know about that one, dude. Plus, this is every 4 turns. Like, he's immune, obviously, but yeah, every 4 turns, which is basically like at the start of the fight. Yeah, you're not going to get perma feared. But honestly, I would rather, if I was gonna hard counter, so to speak, a Fabian, I would run like Ancora to just steal the fears off my nuker, or a Siffy with their passive, which is still kind of a soft counter, or just go first and put a protection setup or something. I was like hard counter is bold. I was like, I don't think a hard counter for Fabian exists. All right, first pick, Fabian. Arnorn's pretty strong. I guess you cleanse it off. Oh, we got a thrower. Sweet. We love throwers. I'll take the free dub. Appreciate it, brother. No complaints. I mean, so Arnorn is a counter to like everything more or less, except for like maybe a Marius, because you can just strip off the stone skin when he has 1 HP and he just dies. But point taken. Armons, cool. That means we get Fabian and Arbiter. Speed for speed, brother. Ooh, that's not good. If you guys can hear like some banging sounds in the background, they are re-roofing in my neighborhood. So that's what those sounds are, if you happen to hear it. All right, so we locked in the speed aura here. This is a scary team. Although, actually, maybe not. We could bomb this. So let's threaten some bombs, yeah? Double speed champion, in case he wants to ban one of them. We have a speed aura locked in, and we have the bombs. Odin and Yumiko. Okay. Ooh, who's the fastest on this team? Okay, so if I'm him, I want to ensure that I'm going first, right? So I would ban the Arbiter, right? That would be the tell. Which means that I need to outspeed a Odin or an Armons, which is probably not going to happen. Ah, crap. I didn't pick in time. I was gonna go nice, because I could just change forms if we get locked out. Well, now we're just screwed. Oh well. Oh, I mean, yeah, totally. Yep, that was the plan, guys. We bought out, we drew out the ban with the Galathir pick. Yep. Yep. That was totally the plan. My dude took the bait. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I was like, it's kind of a lose-lose, right? Because you have the speed. Oh, this is a freaking feral, a 4-piece feral Odin, so we're screwed no matter what here. We can, oh, we want a submission. All right, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Okay. All right, we lose. Moving on. 4 and 2. Your prize player didn't make a goat fusion who's immune to sheep. I mean, skinwalkers need some champions, so maybe. I don't know if there is a goat champion in the. No, I guess there are like the Minotaur goat-esque champions. Don't laugh, Warrior Prince. I know what I'm beat, dude. We're locked out. Odin's about to take a turn. There's a Sigfrind and an Empress, bruh. Like, we're dead. I'm not gonna sit there for 20 more seconds as we get smacked into the earth. Like, I know when I'm beat. My only chance there was to go first and bomb him into the ground, and we got locked out, so it's GG's. That's a champion diff right there. I mean, like, Odin Armons for the speed aura, it's like either the Yumiko goes faster, or the Odin goes faster with the aura, or we get locked out by the Armons. I mean, I guess maybe there's a world where I could have banned Yumiko because she had 6-star intimidating presence, and then just prayed that my Arbiter was faster. But I also didn't expect him to actually ban Gowther. I thought he was going to ban Arbiter no matter what. This is identical to last game. We can ban Arbiter at this point, though. So let's threaten some bombs. Yeah. What did I do with the free one? It is currently on nice. Soul Reap on Siegfried is kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Why not use nice? In which fight? You mean the last one? I just didn't, I ran out of time, I didn't pick. I screwed up and it just auto-picked for me. The reason, oh man, he doubled down. Okay. The reason I don't use nice into Marius is because he just dies. Like, he procs the passive, you change forms, you proc Marius' passive, and he kills you. So he's very, very weak into Marius. That's why you don't see me use him that much, unfortunately. It's just he's hard countered. My bomb strategy is not really working today because people are just doubling down on speed. So in this case, I mean, we're kind of dead no matter what, to be honest with you here. But increased attack not on Siegfried is a little bit better. But we're kind of 100% screwed here no matter what we do. So this is a loss. Champion diff. I mean, Taurus marries Siegfried. It's like, okay. There is a world where maybe Harima survives, but it doesn't really matter because everyone else is going to die. And you can't one-shot Siegfried, so we're kind of screwed. Stun set Mary. What in the world is this? You think you've seen it all, guys. That's stun set Marius. What the fuck is that? And he stunned like 3 people. That's crazy. All right. Stun set Marius. What is wrong with people? What was that little swirly thing you had? That's one of the relics, right? It's not Magma Shield. What was it? Storm Call? Actually, no, it's in the buff menu, right? Oh, it's not Fervor. Yeah, it's Storm Call. Okay. Or no, what is this? Each Storm Call stack increase the damage dealt by 5%. Champion can have a maximum 5 Storm Call stop at a time with places a stun. Now he didn't have 5 stacks, did he though? How do you get the stacks? Whenever they land a critical hit. Oh, no, it's this. That's busted. So he hits you, he hits an AoE, that's 4 crits. And then you just stack it up like crazy and you stun everybody. That's busted. He has a mythical relic on his Marius. Okay, that's not a stun set then. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Sure. I knew something was off there. I was like, what on earth just happened? I've never seen that before. Okay. Mythical relic. All right. Gear diff or relic diff. Account diff. I don't even know what to call that one. We lose. It's fine. Ah, someone back in my tier. Thank you for the Arbiter Wukong, the standard. Whatchamacallit. Let's go with let's go Carnage here. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing as before. We're gonna run the Necret here. There's no way in hell this dude's rocking like a freaking Narcissus. Do I want the shield set? No, because it's gonna get stolen by Wukong if he gets a turn. Am I blind? Where's Necret 2? There he is. All right. Protection set Necret here. I think. Do I want to ban... I mean, Hefrax and Stoneskin, that's a given. Do I want to ban... Okay, Sen is a weird pick. I'm gonna ban the Wukong. Because this is gonna be a slower Hefrak, and then he literally can't kill Harima. But I guess there's a world where... He could ban Harima here, but I doubt it. I think he's more afraid of the Fabian. Nope, he banned Harima. Okay, that's fine. Then we have protected Carnage. This is gonna be tough. This is up to RNG here. What's up, Pedro? How's it going, man? He goes first, obviously. We're super protected there, so we can't get stunned. Everyone else could, though. Fabian obviously can't get stunned either. Can she ally? No, ally tucks on the revive. What does this do? She's just gonna heal? Oh, I guess that's a turn meter fill, huh? But that's a lot of buffs, right? Supersonic? Oh! Wait, did I not pick Carnage? Or did I pick the Carnage door? Oh, my bad. Hey, locked them out, boys. GG's. I think. Unless he kills him. Oh. I was like, wait. Necret's dead. This turn meter fill is kind of scary. It's creeping up. No, damn it. Oh, we could. It's not going to matter though. I think Hefrak is sneaking ahead of us with all the continuous heals. Oh. So now we have to be careful here. Actually, no. If I kill Arbiter, then we spread block actives. Or she dies in one hit. Crap. We have to try and not okay, now we die. Excellent. Okay. That's so annoying that when okay, that doesn't do anything. But when they freaking die in the first hit, therefore you don't get the other hits. Like, I wish they would change Carnage's ability that, like, if you kill the target, you get all the debuffs, and then you still kill them anyways. Like, we're dead here. He's just gonna AoE. Yeah. Did I pick Fabian? I guess I picked Fabian, huh, with the aura. I'm so used to having him there. Darn. Okay, Senna doing annoying things there with the turn meter fill. Interesting. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, no, if I kept Wukong in there, that would have just got one shot. Potentially. Hard to say. If he didn't kill Narcissus, if he didn't kill Nekret with the ally attack, we probably would have been fine. Because then I would have had more protection for Carnage initially than I would have got. I missed a turn because of that, him dying. Because without the Nekret shield, he's just really easy to kill. This is a bot. Okay, let's bait out the Bane with the Deacon. Alright, because this is a bot, we're going to play with our food a little bit. Alright, oh, this is all magic. Maybe not. Never mind. I mean, this is a nice, like, reasonable clone account, though, that they... or account that they cloned for once. Actually, you know, screw it. We will have some fun. Let's go Carnage. Guess we get rid of this. This is a team that I've been running a little bit more often in like 3v3 classic arena. And it's the increased accuracy, increased attack Carnage with the Gizmak who can burn off Stone Skin. It's not going to matter here because they're not going to be in Stone Skin. I think in this case, actually what we can do... I could kill them with Gizmak, but that's no fun. Let's do this instead. There we go. More fun. I rarely get to see I rarely get to do the block revive with Carnage, so if I get a chance to do it, I'm going to do it. Okay, a little bit of powder there. We'll take it. I guess we're 5-4. Last fight. Then we call it a day here. Ending a bit early because there's just not much. There's not much to do. This happened to be like one of the worst like fusion days as far as streaming is concerned because like I don't have to do anything. Like I'm waiting for tomorrow to champion train. Ice Golem's already done, so it's just like, oh. I thought I'd have more to do, and I was just like, well, I've been thinking about this Chimera thing, so let me do that instead. Alright, Reinhard, who has a really low rating, which doesn't mean much, to be honest. Oh, just a heads up for people who are like kind of just like passively doing the season. Be wary when the season ends, like when it drops you back into wherever you progress through, because you're still gaining your normal ranking points the whole time. Just be wary of those fights, because when I came out of it, like I was in gold 3 last season, and then by the end of it I was in gold 4, and the season was kind of padding me in terms of opponents because it was mostly the season rating, the basis for choosing. But when it put me against normies in gold 4, I was getting smoked right out of the gate. It was tragic. Most likely we lose Fabian here, which is fine. We ban Armands, I think that's kind of a given. I might be able to run secret DPS Torment here. Mikage kind of complicates that, but we can still try it. Nell, interesting. Yep, he bans the Fabian. All right, if RNG's with us, We will just take control of the fight very quickly, burn off the stone skin, and then activate the Tormund shotgun, or shotgun Tormund. Only one stone skin. Great. Does he turn meter fill? He does not. Aha! Now we get the protection set. Let's go. I'm actually going to save this. Alright, her stone skin's gone. Mikage took a turn. Wait, did she take a turn? No, this is her turn now. Oh, okay. She cleansed Thor, which is part of her passive. So there's no point changing form. So if I were her, I'd ally attack. Okay. That what would the it's protect, sir. It's fine. It's fine. He'll learn. This will be a lesson for him. He can revive here, but if he revives, he can get frozen. Alright, just kill Thor again. At this point, I'm just playing with my food. Alright, we'll put him out of his misery. Yeah, that's a little weird there. Like, maybe if I didn't have block debuffs protected on everyone, but it was literally protected across the board. So like he stripped off like nothing useful. Like everyone still had block debuffs. I don't know what the plan was there. But yeah. Cool. We end off with what, 6-4 day? Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna save this for later. This one will go away, so I have to use this. Cool. Not bad. Maintaining that 60-ish% win rate. I think it's still at no, my season's a bit higher because I've just been doing it less. But overall, yeah, like 55 is basically where I've converged. It's not going to move much from there. That's crazy. 63 battles and 63% win rate. Interesting. I'll bet. Wow, these guys are, yeah, they're way up there. 90% win rate. Like, all things considered, like, obviously he's a Kraken, but like 90% win rate is kind of impressive in 2,000 fights. Like, that's a decent sample size. Like, one, he's just winning, he's number one because of battles, but like even without that, like 90% win rate, that's insane. Dude's like on top of the meta. He knows what to do. Is he the former winner? Yeah.
Hit him with that baseball.
I think that unlocked a new area bonus for me as well. So we have 1,600 thingamabobbers.
Hit him with that baseball.
Yeah. Cryptocurrency to buy stuff. Maybe he's a crypto millionaire. We'll never know. I remember like Ash had one of those whale krakens. I guess it was a kraken on his. Like he did a showcase on the account, and it was like the person like did not want to be identified IRL. So we don't even know like who the actual person is, because like apparently we like maybe like we wouldn't know exactly who he is, but like you could look him up and figure out who he was, type deal. And he didn't want to publish that. So it's like, you never know who these rich people might be. Just jumping their money in raid for some reason, but hey, no shame. But alrighty there, guys. Yeah, pretty eventful day. We confirmed that Whisper can't hang in Nightmare Chimera, unfortunately, as expected. But I was hoping. They speculated it was Elon Musk. No, there's no chance. He doesn't play Raid. Elon Musk doesn't even play Path of Exile or whatever that controversy was. Is this the one? Nope, this is not the one. Or Diablo 4. Yeah. Alright, let's see who be streaming. For the Twitch folks, we can send a raid somewhere. Oh, Bront! We haven't raided Bront in forever. I want to raid him. Okay. Easy. How do you do this? Where is he at? There he is. I guess, yeah, like my streams have been a bit longer than normal, so I think he ends before I was finishing, but if we can catch him, that'd be good. He starts, I think, a little bit before I do. Anyways. Yeah, it looks like he is also doing some live arena. So we get live arena to live arena, so fantastic on that one. But let's get the raid started here. But yeah, appreciate you guys, as always, hanging out with me on Saturday mornings here. The next stream will be next Saturday morning, 10 a.m., same time, same place. Have a nice week. You too as well. Don't know what the plan for that one is, but we'll probably be wrapping up the fusion, coming off of the champion chase. Whatever happens will happen. But yeah, or maybe Faction Wars hard mode. We'll do something live. Maybe we'll do a special stream midweek just to see how what that is like. I don't know. Tentative on that one. We'll see if IR will have time for that. But fun stuff. Yeah, did some Chimera testing and some live arena. Pretty simple, straightforward day. But yeah, next stream next weekend, as I said, and I always forget to plug myself. But for anyone who doesn't know, I am also a content creator on the YouTubes. So if you do want to check out some endgame free-to-play content, then feel free to check it out. No pressure whatsoever. So yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out once and for all. Catch you guys next week. Have a good one.